Stir till you muck.
Okay, and here we go. Are you ready?
I'm here.
It's coming in hot. Hi, I'm Joe Gatto.
Hi, I'm Steve Byrne.
And this is Two Cool Moms. Welcome to the Hangout. Guys, we're going to get into it this episode. This is going to be a very special episode of Two Cool Moms, okay? Because my very good friend Stevie here had a big birthday not too long ago. He turned the big 5-0, okay? And we wanted to celebrate in a big way. Okay? And what do you get the guy that has nothing? I thought about, I was like, what can I get him? And I want to give him, I'm a giver of experiences, okay?
Yeah.
If you listen to, if you follow Steve on any social media, you'll know that the soundtrack to his life is William Hung, American Idol phenom. From when was he on Idol, buddy? Do you know?
I think it was very early. I think it was season 1 or 2.
Okay, you have the internet in front of you, so why don't you look it up?
I'll get the exact
there
answer.
We go.
But I was popping off on the top of the
I
dome.
want to know how long ago, because a lot of our listeners might not even know who the Hung
2003.
was. It was the third season. No,
Oh, sorry.
Third season.
2004.
Third season of in 2004, William Hung became a phenom by auditioning with the song She Bangs by Ricky Martin.
Yes.
And it was not good, but he became loved by America. Beloved.
Because he came out.
Energy, passion, showmanship.
Yes.
All these things. But the thing he was missing was a good voice. He didn't really have that.
But then Simon Cowell was, of course, toxic.
Yes.
And then he had almost the enthusiasm and optimism of like a young child, where
100%.
it's like, I gave it my best try.
That's it.
And it
America
was so
fell in love with
endearing.
him. Yeah.
And Paul Abdul.
Of course. Everybody fell in love with him. America did, and we were no different than America. We fell in love with William Hung, okay? Fast forward years later, William Hung's life is a roller coaster, okay? And one thing he does is he records multiple albums. I don't know how many albums it was of pure covers, right? He covers, I don't know how many songs across his anthology has to be 450 albums.
4 albums.
4 albums he did.
And I got them all.
So he did 4 albums, okay?
See, all the kids are waiting for BTS.
Yeah.
I'm into BTS. I like K-pop, where you got to take the boy or girl, flip them over, and look at their body part to see if it's a boy or girl, and then put them back down and dance.
Right.
Okay, great. You all wait for K-pop. I was in the weeds.
Yes.
In the weeds when there were no Asian pop stars.
Yeah.
The only Asian pop star out there,
William Hung. That's right.
That's right,
William
baby.
Hung. He was the Psy before Psy.
You want a little surfing safari?
He's got it.
He got you.
Yeah.
You want a little, I love LA.
He loves it. He's got it all.
Hung was there for me.
He did it. He did that. He did a Christmas album. It was great. And on the road, when Steve and I'd be together, we'd be driving through Nebraska or what have you, Iowa's 4-hour, 5-hour drives. We would just throw on the Hung. And he would serenade us through the states.
That's right.
And we would just sing along and have a great time. And we owed a lot to that. I knew what a big fan Steve was. If you follow him on his Instagram, he also puts, every time he has tour dates up, the soundtrack to every song is a William Hung song. So I knew how much you loved Hung. And I said, how do I get Steve a William Hung themed present?
Yes.
It started with a theme. I was like,
yes.
maybe I could go back and get an American Idol poster, send it to the Hung, get him to hung it on his wall. Maybe that's what he wants to do. I didn't know what we were going to do. I was going to get him to do a parody of 12 Angry Men and call it The Hung Jury. I had all these ideas. Then I opened Cameo.
Yes.
And you could order cameos from William Hung.
Yeah.
I don't know what the going rate is now, but I was like, I could get him that. And then there's a little thing on the side there. It says, send William a message.
Yeah.
I was like, let's shoot our shot here. I knew we had a big event for your 50th birthday. We were doing the Mario Lemieux Foundation charity event, the Comedy Jam, the third one, which was great. It was a fantastic night. And in this Comedy Jam, you have to perform a live set and then you sing a song, which I had to do.
Yes.
And I said, wow, this would be really fun if I could get William Hung to come on and sing Steve's favorite, I Love L.A. One of Steve's favorites, I should say. So I reach out.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my team reach out to the Hung.
Yeah.
The team reaches out and says, hey, you want to come out to Pittsburgh for a night and, come out and perform in this charity event? We'd love to have you. And we'd love for you to perform I Believe I Could Fly or We Love L.A.
Yeah.
And I Love L.A. And because those are 2 of your top bangers from the Hung. From the Hung Sky.
By the way, any of them.
Any of them.
Any of them.
There's no way. You can't be disappointed.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. So So he writes back. He writes back to the people, and he says, "Hey, I'm interested." He's like, "But I would like to, between those two, I'd rather do. I believe I could fly." And then I was thinking about my set, and I was like, "Oh, one of my jokes actually talks to you about the circle of life. Could we get Hung to sing Circle of Life?" So my team goes back. "Hey, William, let's. Could we do Circle of Life?" Love it. What version do you want to do? And he sends us a karaoke version. I meant, do you want to do the Elton or the movie version? He sends back the karaoke version that he wants to do. So we get the karaoke track. We send it over, and I say, all right, we're going to surprise. We're going to bring out William Hung. We talk numbers. We get Hung on the payroll. Come on out. He's going to come out for a paid appearance, okay? When do you want to come out? To get to L.A., from L.A. to Pittsburgh, there's only one flight with a connection because he only flies Spirit. No, he only flies Southwest. He'll only fly Southwest.
Hung only to Southwest.
Only Southwest. He won't only fly Southwest. So there's only one flight, and it's a red eye. It leaves, goes overnight, connects to wherever. It takes him about 8 hours to get to Pittsburgh.
Jesus. Right. Okay.
So he gets there. Okay. Now we keep him as a surprise from you because I don't want Stevie.
By the way, this is during a global technical meltdown.
Yes.
So all the flights were canceled. Everything went to hell.
Yeah. I ended up having to drive there, and we made sure Hung could get there. Now he gets there, and it's a surprise from you. So I know he can't. We have to plan it so he can't come down and rehearse.
Yeah.
We have to plan. Oh, well, you're not there, so he could come down and rehearse, and we have to keep him from you. But this is the only flight that gets in at 4 a.m. So now William Hung has to stay in his hotel room from when he lands at 4 a.m. Because you're all over the place. You're all over the hotel.
And he'll
you're
only stay to La Quinta.
So he's in the hotel room, but we have to keep him from you. We can't let him. We can't have you stumble onto the Hung.
He was in jail.
So he was locked up in his room.
By the way, recovering like addictive gambler, and the show takes place at a casino.
Right. So we lock him up. 4 a.m. He's in the room, and we keep him in his room. He's like, "How do I eat?" We send him food. We send him food. He's like, we're like, "You can't leave. You can't leave." Then we're like, "All right, we're going to sneak into rehearsals." We come back from out and about shopping. Yeah. I say to you, he's like, "I have to rehearse." I said, because he's a showman. And I said, "All right, what are you doing? You're going to go up to your room?" You're like, "No, I'm just going to come and hang out at the rehearsals." I'm like, and we didn't want to put you on to the center that something was happening. So what we had to do was I had to perform Circle of Life. We videoed it and sent Shay up to the hotel room with the video so he watched
that's
it.
What you guys did?
Yeah. So then we're like, okay, we're going to bring down William Hung. Is there a place for us to hold him downstairs? Because he's got to be close. But we don't want Steve to see him. And the only other place to hold him was in the back. There was a back.
By the drum line?
There was a back. Oh, no, there was an office. An operating office that had people working in it, and William Hung took over one of the standalone offices, and there's people going about doing phone calls, and William Hung is sitting in his performance shirt, hanging out when I walk in to meet him for the first time. "How are you? Great, gave him a hug, good to see you. Yeah. Just hang out here." The show's running long. He's in the back office for an additional 45 minutes.
How do I eat?
So he asked for food again. We had to get him food.
Are you sure?
Yes. We got him food from the hotel that we had to deliver to him because they couldn't bring it down. Yeah. So he's eating in the back office as people are going.
Oh my God. This
now
poor
it's time.
guy.
Now it's time for the show.
Yeah.
It's time for the big reveal. I can't wait to come up, right? And you are trying to go to the back where he is, where they're holding him. And Wyatt has to look at you, the guy, one of the producers of the show, is a great guy, looks you dead in the face and goes, "Steve, just don't go over there." And you guys got in a mini fight. You're like, "I want to go over there." He's like, "Don't go over there. Just go to the stage. Gatto needs you."
Yeah, Wyatt kind of tore into me.
Yeah.
And I go, "What? What is it? What do you need?" He goes, "I don't need anything. Steve, I just need you to calm down and just stand here."
Yeah.
I go, "Okay, fine." And so I go in and I watch the show.
Yep.
And then I was watching you. Oh, your Bluey bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and DJ Justin Drace have this great bit, and then the song now is and my kids do it all the time.
Yeah.
They're like,
"Oh, the Bluey theme song.
I overcooked my dinner," and they start dancing. But anyway, so I'm just sitting there enjoying the show, and I don't think anything of it. I just think Wyatt's being a pain in the ass, because he's very granular.
So now I want to call you up, and we bring Stevie up to the stage, and I say, "Steve, I got your birthday gift. It's your birthday." Everybody claps, Steve. You're thinking a cake's maybe going to come out.
I had no...
You're thinking whatever.
I thought you were going to ask me to sing with you, to be honest. I thought that's what you were going to ask me to do.
I had a different Asian in mind. I had a different Asian in mind to sing with me. And I bring Hung to the stage because I say, Steve, I give a little speech about what great friends we are. Yes. I love you. You're one of the most important people in my life. I love you like a brother, and you are great, and I'm so happy to be here celebrating your birthday with you. And you're always such a generous guy. And what do you get the guy who has everything? And I had a great idea. I was like, I'm going to sing this song, Circle of Life, because you're almost dead at this point, 50, you know. And I was like, it's almost over for you. Let's sing the Circle of Life. And you're thinking we're going to ask you together. But I say, there's two versions of the song that we all love. The Elton John version, and everybody's going to think I'm going to say the movie version. I say, and the William Hung version. And your face when I said his name changed. You went, oh, and then it went, like a doe-eyed dearie boy. And then you talked yourself out of it. Yeah. You're like, there's no way he got William Hung here. And you dialed it back. You went, oh. And then I said, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like, and you audibly went, no. Like that. Please welcome to the stage, American Idol phenom, William Hung. The place goes nuts.
The place went crazy, by the way.
I want to show the picture here. This is the picture of you falling.
It is a genuine. You can see pure joy. In that picture because John got me going down.
Look at your face. You fell to the floor.
Fell to the ground. Like completely, just like a schoolboy. I'm giddy. I'm beyond happy. I'm the kid in the toy. It's like I got Richard Pryor as my toy. This is unbelievable.
He took the stage in his shirt that didn't quit. That was an amazing outfit put together. We lost it. He went and performed his heart out. The crowd got into it. They put on the flashlights. Everybody was doing the back and forth with it. But you missed. I also picked 4 fans out of the crowd, and I gave them inflatable animal outfits, like like Halloween costumes. There's an inflatable lion, a zebra, a skunk.
The zebra was total like a method actor.
Yes,
because the zebra was going around.
They got into it. They loved it.
But
and then I gave masks to everybody.
That you picked those people out at the beginning of the show, and when you got them, they were fucking hammered.
Yes.
So you had a drunk zebra, a drunk gazelle, a drunk.
They were hunting each other.
Hammered.
They couldn't see anything.
The lions bumping into people.
Yeah. They were great.
Killer. And then all the band members had animal masks on, which was hilarious.
Yeah, so we transformed the whole stage.
I have to tell you, when William Hung came out, I did drop to the ground. It was like one of those out-of-body experiences. And I couldn't stop laughing, enjoying it, like enjoying the moment. And I literally, somebody sent me footage of me. I'm staring at him. Like I'm staring at him. And then I would look over at the screen and I'm like when you see yourself on a security camera, like how that person's fat. Like I was looking at him, I was like, oh my God, William Hung is actually here. And then to hear him sing, but then the whole audience got behind it. It was one of the.
It's a great song. It's a sing-along song. It was a great choice.
One of the greatest. So the Comedy Jam, for those of you who don't know, we do this show in Pittsburgh. It's a benefit for Mario Lemieux's Cancer Foundation. My childhood hero growing up. 3rd year, 3rd sellout. Last year we had you on, and you took it to a place that nobody's took it to. You had Jiggy there. You had Justin.
I had background dancers. I had confetti. Yes, it was a show. Yeah. Letters and everything. I sang "F.U." by CeeLo Green last year,
and it became a full-on Broadway production. Right. Okay. And what I loved about it is you said, "Watch this." And then do me a favor, watch Sal's face when I do this, because Sal Malcan was going to follow you. And you had all these background dancers, letters. You had a costume. You had a crown. You gave sunglasses to everyone. My son still has the gold sunglasses. Yeah. And I'm watching it. I'm dying laughing because you were just, and
I'm a showman.
A total showman. The place went bananas for it, okay? Sal is sitting there going, It was, and it was just like, oh, you just buried him. So Sal is nothing. So that was like the bar is set, right? And then this show, it was a banger lineup, best show we've ever done. I've heard it repeatedly. This is beyond the best show we've ever had. I think what you did is you brought Hung out, and now the bar is set of like, great, now we have to get a guest star every show that nobody knows
What's
about.
Beyonce doing next year?
But that's like that's going to be what people expect.
Well, it's funny because when I came into the building, people were like, "Oh, how are you going to outdo last year?" And I was like, "Don't even worry about it." And people were like, "What? No." I was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it." Because the best part is, our friend normally joins us there, Mark Jagarji and Jiggy.
Yes.
And he was the only person I could tell. 5 people in the building knew. No one knew. I didn't even tell anybody.
that was it,
Wyatt,
yeah.
Shay, the band. I told at the last minute during rehearsals, like, guys, I'm filming this for somebody who's going to come out and sing. I was like, it's not me, it's William Hung. And they all went, what? It was great. And that's it. That's all we told. And they found out 3 hours before the show. I called Jiggy and I said, Jiggy, I know you have a lot going on in your life right now, but if you could make it to Pittsburgh, you're going to want to, because I just booked William Hung.
I was getting screenshots of like the communications, and I'm like, oh my god! I was like looking to see if I could walk to Pittsburgh.
The driver, our driver, Nick,
Yeah.
of Integrity Transportation Services in Pittsburgh. Great
Use them
guy.
if you're in Pittsburgh.
He goes. So this is how detailed. Joe didn't tell anybody, and so Wyatt put our guest down as Michael Knight.
That was his name.
Yeah,
his
Michael
pseudonym.
Knight. And so the driver's thinking, am I picking up Michael Knight? Like, am I picking up David Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff's
Am I
coming?
picking up? And the wife goes, who are you picking up? He's like, I don't know. It's Michael Knight. It's got to be, a cover name or whatever. So he said he's pulling up.
To pick him up at the airport, right? This is also 4 a.m. after he
This is
came
at
on a
4 in the
stop over
morning.
from Detroit via LAX.
He says he pulls the car up. He goes, there's just one man standing there. And he goes, he's getting closer and closer. He goes, no fucking way. He goes, is that William Hung?
Yeah, got it. That's it.
And then my favorite line, we're talking afterwards, and I was like, I cannot believe you got William Hung. And he's like, look, you listen to him all the time. I'm thinking, I'm going to get William Hung. And got to tell you, Steve, it's pretty gettable.
I couldn't believe that we were able to get him. So,
Oh, my God.
There you go. Happy birthday, my friend. I hope you enjoyed the Hung Out.
That
great.
It
was one. Honestly, I've done a lot of big surprises in my life. I love doing, but you know me, I love to be big, do big things that take, especially things that take planning and stuff like that to get that moment.
Yeah.
That is a top 3. That's up there with when I proposed to my wife. Of what your face when you fell to the floor, and that was everything for me. All the work, everything. That was so good, and you're such a good guy and a good friend. Like, to give that to you is so great.
No,
so
I love you, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was
so fun.
My wife and I were talking about it because there's all the stress of putting that show on every year, okay? It's a lot of moving parts, as you guys know. This year, I think it was like 9 or 10 comics.
Yeah.
It was a ton of comics, because there were comics that said they couldn't do it. Then, like a month out, they said they could do it. So I'm like, I'm not going to say no. Then that technical meltdown that happened, that threw a wrench into it. But we were able to overcome everything. We lost a few comics due to it, but that Pirate Game Friday, they came from behind. It was It was the first sellout at PNC Park. Since 2012.
Oh, wow.
Since they went to the wild card. So they had not sold the ballpark out, and they came back against the best team in baseball, the Phillies. So it's an interstate rivalry. Just everything lined up perfectly in the 9th inning. Walk off to win the game. It was unbelievable. Then the fireworks afterwards, and my wife and I are just like, I think this is going to be a great weekend, And then we did the show that night, and everything went off without a hitch.
Yeah, it was great.
We raised a ton of money for the Mario Lemieux Foundation. Every comic had a great time. You're at the craps table. Billingsley's playing blackjack. Gardell's hanging out. Roy's hanging. It's just a great, great evening. And there was a moment where Jess and I, my wife, just sat back, and we were looking at it all like, this is great. Like, it all worked out. And she said, happy birthday. And I could get emotional. I'm not a big birthday guy, but on my 50th, to do it and sit back, and I'm sitting at the bar looking at everybody, people you love that have come in and out of your lives at different times. They're all there together to put on a show, and you shared the stage with them. It was just the greatest. It literally was the best birthday I've ever had. It was the best comedy jam I've ever been a part of. And after that William Hung thing, maybe every 15 to 20 minutes, I'd just start laughing to myself. I would just start laughing to myself, like, William fucking Hung.
You just kept saying to me, how? And I was like, wait till the podcast. I'll tell you on the podcast.
And it was so fucking great. And I'm telling you, it was one of those things where Jess and I got home, and I was talking about it. It's still, I kept bringing him up. I'm like, I cannot believe we had William Hung. And she's like, she's like, that's a friend, you know, to make that happen. And it's so true. You're somebody over the last few years since I've been hanging out with you. Obviously, we're on camera, but this is something I would say to you on the phone, you know, at midnight or whatever. But when we talk sometimes, but I truly love you. I appreciate our friendship so much more than you'll ever know. And I absolutely consider you one of my best pals. And
Hung sealed it. I'm in for life.
Hung sealed it. But I'm telling you, after he was there, and then he stayed for the encore.
Oh, it was great.
Didn't know any of the words.
Didn't know anything.
Didn't know Mr.
We
Brightside.
sent them the list.
Didn't know All I Want for Christmas.
It was so funny. It goes, the line is, all I want for Christmas is you, baby. Right? So I was like, he's got to know you. So I just go, all I want for Christmas. And I put the mic in his face and he goes, I look at Karen, what are you gonna you? Oh man. But he's got you know what I will say about his performing style? Yeah. He's his two-step is on point. He does his bop is phenomenal. He is on beat. The whole thing. Bop, bop, bop. Willy Willy hung down.
Willy hung down.
I'm saying so. I'm trying to think. What would you say before William hung? Like when you were little, I'm trying to think, like, what was your, now it's all life pre and post hung, right? So like before, what is the best gift you got before post hung? Pre-hung, what was the best gift that I've got? I'm trying to think of like when I was little or a gift that got me, like when I was little, when I got my Nintendo, of course, I think that's every kid's one, right? Anybody our age, whenever you got Nintendo as the gift, that was definitely up there. Pipeworks for me when I got Pipeworks. Like I'm trying to think like what is something that floored me like you got floored with that? Yeah. Because that's that moment, man, for me was so great.
Well, that's why even like when I post on socials, like some people get a nice meal, some people get a watch, right? My Sinatra watch. Yeah. But I was like, I got William Hung for my birthday.
He wouldn't let me wrap him.
My God, he was great, and he was in a great mood.
He was in such a good mood.
He was having a great time. And
it's a good thing to be a part of too. It's a fun charity event, right? Like he was having fun. Everybody was there. I think he couldn't hear any of the show. We had him locked away. We had him in a car.
I really wish you could have seen it more, but also when he came out, everybody was on stage. So it was a bit of a clusterfuck, right? But he told Wyatt, he said, "Hey, I'd love to work together again.
That's great.
This was fun."
Good.
So I think
we could probably get him out next year.
We'll do it next year.
Oh, I would love to see his stand-up set.
I gotta see him do I Believe I Can Fly.
Oh yeah.
So we gotta have the hung.
You gotta have him come out.
Yeah, hungover.
Hungover. That's the second one
for show number 4.
Hungover 2.
Hungover 2.
That's right.
But now the bar is set because I felt bad because your birthday, I was going to say that I got you a jacket where I put all these patches and I ordered and I was like, his birthday's in a month. I'll just give it to him now. So I was just like, hey, here's your gift. And so I give you a jacket with patches on it. And you gave me a human being.
Yeah.
That is in my ears at least once a day.
At least.
I hear him every day. Yeah. And so, Joe, the battle begins. The battle begins. Now the bar is set.
There you go.
And now it's my turn. I'm on the clock.
There you go. You got to June 5th.
Jiggy, I look forward to working with you.
Jiggy's gonna get screenshots on the thing.
I'm gonna have to start saving up some pennies, but we're gonna have a little battle royale here, and we'll see who. And I know I'm gonna lose this battle, but
no.
The bottom line
is, I'm gonna be 50 in 2 years, so you have 2 years.
Okay. No, but even next year, I got to do something nice.
I got to do my 49th birthday.
I got to do
like the 50th birthday. That's what I got for you. The 50th birthday. I wouldn't do that for you. 49th. The 5-0. He's a 5-0.
For you.
Yeah.
I got 2 years to plan this bitch
2
out.
2 years.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing June 5th, 2026.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jiggy, let's get into it. Thanks for listening to Two Cool Moms, where we help you with your dilemmas. You could submit your crises to us. We'll do our best to solve them. Clearly, we have it all together. You go to @2coolmomspod on Instagram, send us a DM, or twocoolmomspod@gmail.com.
And can I just say real quick before we get into this, I want to thank everybody back home in Pittsburgh and people that traveled in, that came out to the Rivers Casino to see the show. For the Mario Lemieux Foundation. We raised a ton of money. We'll be announcing that soon. And it's always a ton of work. It's a lot of sweat equity. It's a lot of headaches, especially this year with the travel and everything. But every year I say the same thing. Boy, that was a lot of work. I don't think I'll do another one. And then within 24 hours, just the phone calls, the text, it's like, we got to do it. And if Hung said he's in, it's like, oh, baby.
How do I not?
Yeah,
how do I not do a fourth year?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right,
let's jump into it. So we got a question.
That was very radio DJ for you. All right, let's get into it. I'm taking our first caller.
No, I'm just thinking about William Hung. Like, I'm still thinking about him. That shirt he wore, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if he had to charge that at a Tesla charging station. That thing was electric. It was all over the map. There were colors on it that I was like,
I forgot a major part of the story where I had to have a Zoom call with William Hung to talk him through it.
Did you really?
After I booked him, yeah. I had a Zoom call with him. My people set up a Zoom call. William Hung, he's on the Zoom, blur background. Shirt almost as fabulous as the one he was wearing. I think that's just his normal thing. And I go to explain it. Yes. So I go to.
He dresses like Steven Seagal.
He does.
How about that?
That's great.
Yeah.
100%. That's a. I could have seen that shirt on Seagal.
100%.
That was from the Seagal line for sure of JCPenney. So he said.
Okay, sorry.
So he says to me, I say to him, "Hey, William, great. Oh yeah, come out and do a song. Great. Okay. This is before. I had decided Circle of Life.
Now,
so
did he know who you were?
No. No recollection. No idea.
By the way, he had no idea who anybody was on that stage.
Nobody.
Not a clue.
And I'll tell you, everybody in that place knew who William Hung was. So he goes. I said, yes, I'm going to come out. And I said, but the thing is, you're a surprise. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, Steve, the guy, it's his 50th birthday. He's a huge fan of you, and I'm going to surprise you as singing the song. I'll do the comedy part, and you do the thing. And he goes, okay. I said, so you're going to have to stay hidden. And he goes, oh, what do you like? He goes, what do you mean? I said, you can't leave your hotel room. And I could see in his mind, he was like, am I being human trafficked right now? And he's like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, so you'll stay in your room. He goes, yeah. He goes, okay. He goes, will I get food? So yeah, we'll feed you. I said, you just can't leave the room.
I got to tell you, one of the comics on the show wrote me before at the airport, and he wrote, "I'm crying right now," and I go, "Why?" And he goes, "You haven't laughed until you've seen William Hung eating tater tots by himself at the breakfast buffet." And William Hung, he said he was just seated by the window looking out and just eating.
Well, it's because he was allowed out of his room.
He was finally out.
The Hung was out of the bag.
He's like, 3 Rivers. This is amazing. What a great city. And then Wyatt told me that, so Wyatt and I are on the same flight leaving Pittsburgh. And Hung's flight was afterwards. So William Hung is texting Wyatt while we're on the plane, and William Hung just wrote to Wyatt, "There is a long line at security." And Wyatt's like, okay. Do you have TSA pre? He goes, "No, I do not." He goes, "Okay, well, you just have to wait in line." And then William Hung just wrote, "Okay."
Okay.
like he could just call TSA.
You have William Hung online. Security. All right, go ahead, Mal.
Sorry.
Well, let's dig into the request line. Okay. Well, this one comes from the account. It's Quinny's. So I think we know who she's a fan of.
Yes.
So we have a question from the Quinny's account. Who is both of your celebrity crushes when you were growing up?
Growing up, it's a celebrity crush.
If you had a celebrity crush when you were growing up.
Kelly Kapowski, Saved by the Bell.
Sure.
And then after Sullivan and Son, I got an offer to play a father of this like show called Alex and Maddie or something like that. I do you know, is that the name of the show? It's like some Nickelodeon or
Alex and Maddie, I think
Disney,
that's right.
where the girl has cancer, but she's like Asian. So that was it? It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, I got offered it. And at the time, I was going out with a show that me and the other guy felt very confident about. Of course, it didn't go, right? Yeah. So I turned it down, and I should have taken it. And then I saw when it was released, I read about it in Deadline. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm happy for these guys. She would have been my wife. She was the wife in the show, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I could have met her, and by all accounts, everything I've ever heard, I could have been married to her.
You could have been married to her.
Yeah, fictionally on TV, but I've always heard nothing but the nicest things about her. And I was like, "Oh, that would have been great to like work with somebody you grew up like obviously respecting and appreciating, but now that you're older and stuff, just to be like, wow, you're part of like a phenomenon of a show that was ingrained in all of us, of like it's part of my childhood. It's pretty cool."
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Mine
Childhood
was
crush?
Alyssa Milano, of course, who's a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of her. Charisma Carpenter. I loved. She was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, then she went on Angel, the spinoff.
Okay.
I was a fan of Charisma.
You got to be hot if your name's Charisma.
Charisma. Oh, and
You're
Charisma
kind of
Carpenter
going all in on
rhymes
that.
too. Forget.
By the way, imagine just having a baby come out.
and be like, its name is Charisma.
Charisma.
You
You're
got a lot
really.
you're really betting on that horse.
Yeah. And they came through.
Yeah. Thank God. We really wanted Alyssa Milano for the show. We did the thing with Murray. Our first pick was Alyssa. We went out to her because Alyssa Milano, and then Winnie Cooper, of course. So we went out to Alyssa first to make that punishment for Murray that he would be sitting down with Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
And it didn't pan out. And then we were thinking about it, and we were like, oh my God, of course we have to go with that. So it was. That's how I would have met her if I did. I have never met her, so. I would never been fictionally married to her. Yeah, that was mine. What about you, Jiggy?
Oh, well, I had to dig into Charisma Carpenter because it didn't ring a bell, but 53 now. Still
looks great, huh?
I get the,
All
I get the
right.
thumbs up on Charisma
He gave
Carpenter.
the you tried the rest, now try the best.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
The old
I like
pizza
that.
box. There we go.
For me, growing up, oh man, probably Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Really?
He like blonde. He doesn't
Yeah.
love blondes.
Yeah, I love it.
Christina Aguilera?
I loved Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
Pittsburgh girl. All right. I
Is she a
respect her.
Pittsburgher?
Very. I
She's a
respect
Pittsburgh
her.
girl?
Oh, yeah. She's from Pittsburgh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know what Pittsburgh girl means. You just defined what Pittsburgh girl meant to me. I was like, she's a Pittsburgh girl? You go, yeah, she's from Pittsburgh.
Baby Spice. Baby Spice, too.
yeah.
The two greatest performances vocally that have come through Pittsburgh lately, Christina Aguilera and William Hung.
Well, yeah, that's right. Circle of life.
Yeah, Circle of Life. All right, let's keep it going. Johnny has a question for
Who's
us.
Johnny?
Stay sad.
Johnny hit us up on Instagram. Interesting question here. What is your favorite movie theater experience of your lifetime?
Oh, I know it.
interesting.
Do you know
It's a good
Do you know yours?
I have a scarring one. You go first.
I went to see the Avengers. Did I tell you this story? If I did, cut me off. I went to see the Avengers. Now, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe is finally coming together. The very first Avengers comes out.
Infinity, the first one.
The very first one where they all get where they're battling the fuck.
Oh, got it. Sorry, the Avengers movie. Got it.
Yeah, Loki.
Yep.
So I am a huge comic book nerd, geeking out. Take my Challenger there, Dodge Challenger. I race over the movie theater. I meet three friends in the lobby. We see it. We're, this is fucking amazing. The credits go, whoa, fucking nuts. And then an end credit scene. What the fuck is this? This is the best. Movie ends. I can't find my car keys. I'm looking for my car keys. I'm freaking out. I'm like, where the fuck are my car keys? They're not here. And I have to wait for the lights to come up. But the end credit scene happened. This is great. Everybody leaves. I'm looking. I got the usher help me. I can't find my car keys. I'm like, did I leave them in my car? So I go to the parking garage. I left my car running for 3 hours because I was so fucking excited. As soon as I pulled in, I threw my car in park and ran in. My car, anybody could have taken my car. And by the way, because I waited so long, my car was sitting there running. Anybody could have been like, I'll just take this car
home because the movie had gotten out. Yeah.
You could hear, but it's a Dodge Challenger.
Because the movie had gotten out, so people just came into the park. Oh my God, you're lucky nobody took that car.
I
must have been a real piece of shit.
To this day, I have no idea how nobody stole my car in Los Angeles at ArcLight.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my God, wow.
Maybe if I was at AMC, it would have been gone. ArcLight.
ArcLight, they got the money.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're not.
That's the first thing I think about.
Speaking of crushes, I finally get the nerve up to ask out Danielle Kennedy in 8th grade. We go to the movies. And I do the whole yawn an arm move on it, and she shimmies out of it.
No.
She's like, oh, and then we had to go get pizza after because we were with friends and we were all going to get pizza at the Showplace Bowling Alley. So,
You didn't pay, did you?
No, I didn't. Back then, of course.
Now you're going Dutch.
Yeah, I'm going Dutch. I had to. No, it was a piece of pizza. It was like $2. But I said, yeah, that was bad. I had to through the rest of the date, which we were out with other couples, and everybody was like 8th grade making out over the clothes stuff. And I'm just sitting there eating pizza by myself. It's terrible.
Playing Spy Hunter,
looking
at her in the reflection.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm killing it.
I'm killing it over here. You don't care, Danielle Kennedy.
I do have one more. I was seeing Batman with my friends. This one, your moms drop you off, and so everybody got dropped off. And so nobody had cell phones back then. So I had one quarter to call my mom. So I put the quarter in, and as soon as I put it in, I'm like, I gotta piss. Now, my mom answers the phone, and I'm sitting there like, God, I really gotta fucking piss. And my mom's answering the phone. My mom's Korean. She's like, okay, Steve. I'm like, Mom, can you come pick me up? She's like, yeah, which movie theater do I go to? Do I go to Ross Park Mall or do I go to the Gateway 8? I go, Mom, just go to Ross Park Mall. She's like, Gateway 8? I go, no, Ross Park Mall. She's like, which one is that? Is that off? Which road is the... I go, Ross Park goddamn mall, Mom. Just pick me up at the Ross Park Mall. You know which one it is? She's like, I forget how to get there. I'm like, and I'm grabbing my dick. I'm like, I gotta piss so bad. She's like, so do I take McKnight Road or do I go on Wildwood? I'm like, God damn it, it's rocking. And then all of a sudden I just pissed my pants.
At the payphone?
I pissed my pants.
Wow.
At the payphone. I'm in 8th grade.
You're like, and bring pants.
I should have. And then I went over to the garbage and I found a Coke and I dumped the Coke. Now my pants smell like Coke and piss. And so we get in my car, we're driving, and everybody's like, man, that was so cool. And Batman was like this. And like, Steve, can you put the window down? Like, are you hot? It's December. Yeah. They're like, why is the window down? I'm like, no, I'm just like really hot. They're like, it's cold out. It's December. We're all freezing in the back. And I didn't want my car to smell like piss.
Diet piss.
And it...
Half the calorie. All the smell. I was trying to get there with a Coke Zero. I couldn't get it. I love diet piss.
Thank God it wasn't Mountain Dew.
That's great.
Any other movie? There's got to be a great movie experience. Like, I remember seeing Phantom Menace.
Well, seeing a movie for sure.
And when the lights went down, it said a long time in a galaxy far. I remember seeing the Phantom Menace and seeing that moment and the place going nuts. And I was like, this is awesome.
I remember the end. I was with the boys on the road. We went to see The Happening, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. And we at that point we were somebody. We had show. We were on the road doing a show.
I saw the one where it was a multiverse called What's the Happening? And it took place at Rob's place.
Hey.
Sorry.
What's that happening? So we watched The Happening, and we were on tour, so we had to be some.
Is this the Mark Wahlberg one?
Yes. The M. Night Shyamalan. This was terrible, right? This is the worst one. And I'm a huge M. Night fan. This was unbelievably bad. So I sat there, and I was so hyped to see it. I made the guys go after school. We bought, the tickets. We made guys go right after the show. We went after a show. We go, watching the movie. It's over. And the lights come up, and everybody's just sitting there, and I lost my shit. Forgetting, like, we were all trying to be Sal's got like 4 hats on, trying to be low key so nobody recognizes us. At the end, I go, it was the fucking grass. And I just go, I'm like, this piece of shit move. And I just went all, and I'm going, we were like sitting up front, and I'm going off on the thing, and everybody's like laughing or whatever. And then we turn around, and everybody just sat there and watched me go off on the movie. I basically did a stand-up set, ripping the movie to shit, making my friends laugh. Nobody left the theater, because we got the last seats up front because we bought the tickets late. And we turn around and people go, whoa, my God. And then everybody's recognizing it's us.
Oh, dude, that's great.
It was so funny. People thought we were doing a bit, but I just lost my shit on the movie. I remember that being like, oh my God, that was a really funny experience. We still talked about that for a while. But on the road, we wanted to see the newest Spider-Man that came out, but we didn't want people to, we were in like Peoria or somewhere, and we didn't want people we want to be able to watch the movie, especially that one, right? So we bought the theater. We bought all the tickets, but you were only capped out to buy 10 tickets per account. So we bought, it was a 40-person theater. It was a small theater. So we all bought our tickets or whatever, and we didn't buy one ticket. So there was one seat in the front middle that was sold, and we bought every
this is
other
day
thing.
one?
This is day one.
So
and everybody else bought it, right?
Yeah.
So we come and we sit and
who
we go to the
show. Was it like Byrne that didn't buy it?
I don't know. I forget who, but somebody just didn't get that ticket. And we come in, and a guy, the 4 of us, a dead center, 3rd row from the back, great seats, and this one guy, this black guy comes, sits out in the front, and he's like this. So now he's like watching. I'm like, who didn't fucking buy a ticket? I was like, oh, and I saw this guy by himself. So now I feel bad, right?
Did you tell him?
Well, now I feel bad, right? So now it's the
dude.
4 of us. So I go, guys, I guess I gotta tell him, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta tell him. I was like, all right. So I go up and I'm like, excuse me, sir. And he said, oh, what? And I said, the lights are down. I said, sorry, but
Did he recognize any of you?
the lights are down.
Oh,
So
he doesn't know. Okay.
So I said, I waited till the lights were down. So I said, hey, the movie's we bought the whole theater. You can sit wherever you want. I was like, nobody else is coming.
Yeah.
And he can't wrap his head around it because he's like, what? And I'm like, you can sit wherever you want. He goes, no, I bought this seat. I'm like, dude, you can just sit wherever you want. Don't worry about it. So I go and sit. He gets up and he goes and sits in front of Sal. Sal's like,
he
gets
one
up,
person
moves all of us,
out of the four of you.
and we weren't even
Oh
sitting.
my
We were sitting like every other or whatever. So he gets up, Sal gets up, comes sits next to me.
That is so goddamn funny. Of all people.
And then he ended up being the loudest. He didn't say anything the whole movie, whatever.
Yeah.
And then something happened with Spider-Man getting like knocked out a window.
Yeah.
And he yelled out something like, he's like, don't go for that shit, Spidey, or something like that. Or, like he was like doing a thing, and that was it. It was over, the lights come up, and he turned around and goes, thanks, man. He goes, what the fuck? He recognized us. Yeah, it was
really?
so funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a really funny moment.
Well, it's tough to top that one. I mean,
that's
but
great.
by the way, the fact that of the four of
us, he
you,
goes to
the
the
one
front of Sal.
person that would irritate the most, he sat right.
Sal
Great.
got up, sat next to me, and he just went, of course. And that was it.
That's awesome.
That's great. Okay.
This question comes from Natalie. What advice do you have for navigating a challenging mother-in-law? It sounded like from the rest of the question, I think the mother-in-law either lives close or is challenging in her life. Very, very involved.
I think in those instances, you think of the love you have for your wife or husband, right?
Try to transfer it.
Yeah, and you just think, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be as patient in the pocket.
Yeah.
I'm going to power through, whether it's a dinner, whether it's a weekend, whatever it is. And you just compartmentalize, but it's like you're almost displacing your love
Right.
for that moment to kind of like get through it.
That's how you've given that advice a lot, because you famously hate your mother-in-law, and you've talked about it all the time. And,
What?
oh, sorry. Oh, no,
Sue,
no,
that is not true.
Yeah, no, so you talk about it all the time. What a bitch, and you can't handle it. She isn't. You just wish that they would move away.
They listen to the show, you know that.
Oh, do they? Good.
Yeah.
Finally, she knows. Sorry to say no.
No, I honestly, truly love.
No, I say this is one of the things that I'm upset about. When we get questions that we can't relate to, I hate that. Because my mother-in-law she said 5 words the whole time I know her. She's super sweet.
Yeah.
Lives with us. She cooks for the family. She lives with us. They're great. So I don't have anything to say about that, but I will say I've seen people, especially my mother, deal with my grandmother. My father's mother was terrible to my mother.
Right.
They had like the stereotypical get the fuck out of my house.
Really?
You might have burned them, but he picked me. Those kind of like drop, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I did see that, and I can't. That's got to be a hard existence.
Yeah.
To have. I mean, that's to the extreme. They were at the real end of it. But I will say, I think you do have some sage advice in the fact that you just have to. It's part of the package. It's part of the deal. You know what I mean? You had to. It's the fries to your Happy Meal. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the fries. You might not eat them, but you're gonna get them. It all comes in the box.
That's right.
So,
yeah. There's a treat in there somewhere.
There's a treat in there.
Yeah.
Maybe try one fry and then throw the rest out when they're not looking. But yeah, I think that's hard. But you're right. You have to just put it. You have to one of those things you have to suck up and deal with.
Yeah,
and
and
eventually they're gonna be dead. Oh God! I mean, that's the out. That's what everybody's looking at.
Well, you also look at it this way: be kind, be courteous, maybe win them over because you'll be in the will.
That's right. Get that Chicago on the back end.
Get
That's
some
right.
cheddar.
They might be having some, AT&T stock they haven't been telling the whole family about. They were sitting on some blue chip action. You're all worried about crypto, but they got Disney. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good. It's all going to be self-serving, is really what we're saying.
Yeah, but it's also not permanent. It's not like that individual's living with you. And if that individual is living with you as folks get older, it's like, again, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, this is a commitment, maybe 2-3 years, whatever. You just got to power through that moment, as tough as it is, because your love for your husband or wife should supersede whatever it is.
And also
temporary.
you should go to your significant other to help you with this. There should be, it should be your brunt to bear together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we got time for one more. So this one is from Edgar. This is a fun one. Would you rather fight a tiger-sized chicken or a chicken-sized tiger? No weapons, adult animals.
Okay, so like a baby tiger.
So a tiger-sized chicken.
So
or
a baby tiger.
or chicken-sized tiger?
A chicken-sized tiger is a baby tiger. This is not a good question. You came out hot. You said this is a good one.
I think it is fun.
Anybody that picks a tiger-sized chicken instead of a baby tiger, I'll kill a baby tiger.
What are you talking about? They got claws.
Boy, a tiger-sized chicken though. I'd love to fucking eat that wing.
I would love that. That's a hell of a buffalo wing.
Yeah, that'd be a great.
A
That's like the greatest
tiger-sized
wing.
chicken. Wow, that's a big chicken. But you know what? Chickens are scary even the size they are. You ever get chased by a
They're
chicken?
fucking fast.
Oh
you
my
ever try
God.
to catch the like a Rocky and try to
No,
catch
but you're
the
gonna get attacked by a rogue chicken?
Fuck that.
Dude.
They'll get super aerodynamic and just
They
peck
come
the
right
fuck
at
out
you
of
and they
yeah.
fucking get the aggressive. They get the aggressive hit. They're tough.
Yeah, you're not getting just nipped. You're getting pecked.
Yeah, you get blood. They draw
Fucking-
blood.
yeah, fuck that.
But
I'll
a
take
tiger kills you.
I'll take my chance with a chicken-sized tiger because a chicken-sized look. That's a
That's a tiny
chicken-sized tiger right there.
That's a
But
tiger.
I'll beat the fuck out of that tiger. I'm the king of the jungle.
It does have adult mentality. This isn't like a baby tiger. This is an adult tiger.
With hunting instincts of
it's
an
still-
adult
Hunting
tiger.
instinct-
But it's still the damage it's going to do is, well, they have fang.
Chickens.
They have
Fangs.
fang. They have,
Called
what are they called? Fangs.
fangs.
Teeth.
Teeth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Fangs.
fangs, right? That sounded wrong. We should
What
think
are
of vampire.
tiger? Yeah, it's called fang. Yeah,
Fangs, I think.
but
yeah.
They have
the
teeth.
claws would fuck
Well, you're
you.
that too. But they have baby ones. Like,
But I gotta fight it.
You gotta fight it. Would you rather fight?
I do the chicken-sized tiger above a tiger-sized chicken. But a tiger-sized chicken will fuck you up.
tiger-sized chicken, I am terrified of that.
An ostrich will fuck you up.
Yeah.
That's like a
Oh, yeah, that would be
tiger-sized chicken.
similar to ostrich. Not the you don't get the length with the neck, but yeah.
Ostriches are mean. They'll be the
Dude,
fuck.
they get
they'll
wide
kick you.
too. They get wide with their arms. They come out. They go with their neck. Shit.
They attack people though. Have you ever seen that?
That's like an ostrich is like in a giraffe. Fucked a chicken. This is an ostrich, right? Isn't it? That's basically right.
Where are they-
A giraffe and a chicken. They got crossbred
Where are ostriches?
in the wild. Africa, African ostrich, right?
I was thinking Australia, but I think you may be right.
No, they're not Australian. The emu, the cousin, may be down there. But an Australia.
Well, you bury your head in the sand. That's an ostrich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You think it's going to be Middle Eastern? Is that what you're saying?
gonna
Africa
find
is part of the
Middle East, yeah. You're gonna go Eastern Africa, yeah. They don't live in Antarctica. I love that the guy who has the internet in front of him is asking us.
Never even bothers to put in keystrokes.
You know,
Yeah.
do you even have
Unbelievable.
Google on that thing?
No.
Where do they live?
Hold on, I'm gonna try to find.
Where do
it.
ostrich live? Multiple ostriches. What is that called? Ostriches?
Ostrich lives?
Ostrich.
Is it ostrich? Look out for the ostrich. Look out for the ostriches. No, it's ostrich, right?
Yeah, look out for the ostrich. But yeah,
No, plural of ostrich is ostrich.
ostriches.
You don't think so,
Okay.
right? I
So
think it's a
they are native to large
moose
areas
thing.
of sub-Saharan Africa and Somali ostrich.
Somali
are
ace? They
native
drink
to
wine?
The Horn of Africa. What's the Horn of Africa?
the Horn of Africa?
The Horn. Oh, that's on the East Coast.
East Coast.
Yeah, but it's also pretty close to the Middle East.
Yeah.
So
Multiple. They only do that with animals. Multiple of something is it, right? Like moose is moose. There's not. You don't say mooses. There was mooses. I said the moose came through.
Or meese.
I would say meese, but they don't. That's not right.
Yeah.
But they do that. But ostrich too. There's no plural of ostrich, right? It's ostrich.
ostrich.
It's ostrich.
That's what my guess was. Yeah, but ostriches.
no. That's
It's got to
No,
be
that's not
ostriches.
That's a weird word. Say it. Say it. Say it in a sentence.
Look at all the. We're at the zoo. Look at all the ostriches.
That does not sound right.
It sounds like I'm drunk.
No, it sounds wrong.
Judiciary.
Hey,
Oh wait, Steve is actually right.
me and my friends went and saw the
I'm sorry.
ostriches. Is
Yeah.
it?
Sorry.
The plural of ostrich is ostriches. Ostriches live in herds.
Oh, I apologize. Well, Stevie, there you go. You got one right.
She bangs. She bangs.
It's a circle of life, everybody. And that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us on the Hangout. Stevie, I love you. It was a
I
great
love it, buddy.
episode.
Thank you so much. Thanks
best.
for making my birthday. It was spectacular. You took it to new heights. We went off to the stars on that one, and we obviously have got to thank. We got to put it out in the ether. William Hung, wherever you are.
Yep.
I know you're electric in your attire.
Yes.
Wherever you are, love you. Thank you for making my birthday what it was, and thank you, Joe, for making an absolutely unbelievable birthday. I'll never forget it. And to this day, there's a picture I'm going to frame of William Hung in the center. You're like this, and I'm like this. You couldn't have. It's like an artist would have drawn it, like a movie poster. It was the victory sign, and it was
Victory, we
hung
do it.
right in the middle,
We've done
belting it out.
We've done it.
Love you,
That's
buddy.
it. Love you, pal. Thanks, guys.
These mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us and review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.